Okay, I just need to go. I just need to go. I'm gonna take a sip of my Baja Blast real quick. Oh my gosh. I've been looking at myself for the past couple hours, and it just doesn't feel right. I'm not used to looking at myself at all. Like, holy, it's crazy. I'm here. I can finally lift my hands up, and you guys can finally see cinema. And oh my gosh. The first thing that I want to do is congratulate myself for finally hitting 1 year on HRT. Today was the first time that I ingested my estradiol and spironolactone, but 365 days ago. Instead of 2025, it said 2024 on the calendar. It was a really interesting day for me. Not really, I kind of like woke up, I took them, and then I went about my day. But before that, it was a day. Me getting them, having talked to my parents about all of this stuff, it was, oh my god, it was, I did not like doing it. I did not like doing it. You're gonna see me like twitch a lot now. You're gonna see like much I fidget with myself. I do things since I know I'm on camera. I can't just like swing my freaking finger around. This is the meta rod that I was talking about. I also have a knife that I like flicking around. I'm not gonna do it on stream because sometimes I drop it. It's so greasy that I shouldn't be able to get out of my hands. And also I have this fidget spinner that I barely use. You can see the amount of like how much I scratch myself sometimes, you know, because it's out of like anxiety, you know. It's all out of anxiety. I'm not used to seeing myself on camera. Like, what the frick? First thing that I want to do after that, congratulations, I finally hit 1 year. Hug. 2, I want to look back on what I looked like a year ago. Are you ready to see how different I looked? I was going to do a 1 year on HRT like time lapse kind of thing video. So this is the only reason why I have these videos. We're only gonna be looking at like one, which was technically would be yesterday, but last year on the 2nd, September 2nd. My heart is like going crazy fast. I'm going to smoke so much weed after this, get completely dissociated, and then pass the freak out while watching Demon Slayer. Okay. That's what I'm gonna be doing. But I have a whole bunch of questions. I have a whole bunch of answers. And also I'm gonna be taking live questions if anyone gets in here. Oh my gosh, I look so different. Let's just rip it. We just have to rip it. We just have to rip it. This is what I looked like a year ago. I used to wear this hat all the time. The hat is right behind me. Right behind Mimikyu. This is what I looked like a year ago. This is crazy.
Guys.
Guys!
It is an interesting day.
It is an interesting day.
Right. By the time this comes out, I have already came out.
Yes, I would have. The glow up was insane. This is not, this is like step 1 of a glow up. It's gonna get even better in a few years. Don't worry about it.
But I'm gonna do it again.
Are we ready to hear the first time I actually used my girl voice? That I actually started trying to use my girl voice after this point? Talking to yourself like you're crazy? This is a different person at this point.
I am trans. It's hard for me to say, actually. It's still hard for me to say because I still haven't recorded the video.
I don't think I changed my voice back then. I thought I did. Because back then I used to be like, every single time I came out as trans, I would continuously talk in my girl voice after that. That was like a thing in my mind that I wanted to do.
YouTuber version, yeah. But, I am trans. Go by she, her pronouns now.
It's kind of crazy that I said she, her back then, and then slightly after I changed to she, they, and now I'm back to she, her. I don't really care at this point. It's on both sides. My YouTube says she, they, but like, I think my link tree says she, her, and I think like my Twitter also says she, her.
Which is
I go by both, it doesn't matter.
Crazy.
I forgot that I said that, by the way.
That I can finally say that. It's crazy that I can finally say that. Because right next to me.
It's something that you have to manually keep up the girl voice? Yes. Estrogen does not change your voice at all. So I can go back down to my guy voice like this and it's fine. And I can go even deeper if I wanted to. But I like talking in this voice. It is a voice that I'm more comfortable with. And it's a fun voice and I want to continue building on it. And hopefully it'll get better. Hopefully it'll get better. It's the CVS. I was trying to find these bags. My CVS bags, but I forgot where I put them. so I can get like accurate numbers on how much things costed. But I don't.
I got this, bitch. I got it.
that.
I got the estrogen. I got the spirolactone. If you don't know what those are, estrogen is
Spironolactone.
the girl chemical.
Chemical.
And the spirolactone is the anti-boy.
Kind of. This is what I understood back then. Spironolactone kind of acts like a testosterone blocker. By the way, if you're born female and if you go trans by taking testosterone, it will deepen your voice naturally. Just so unfair. But it's unfortunately that on my side of the fence that I have to voice train and they don't. But you still do have to voice train, but it's not as intense. I'm getting nostalgia from your old voice.
Medicine, I guess. So pretty much I am now taking my girly pop pills.
My girly pop pills.
Anti-boy pills. So
Anti-boy
I'm
pills.
finally going to start being a girl, which is crazy.
I didn't really like actively start being a girl until maybe like a few months after this. I'm wearing the same. I'm wearing the same thing. I just now noticed that I'm wearing the same hoodie. I didn't even notice that. Wow.
It's just unreal for me.
But like the first like, I would probably say the first 7 months, maybe 8 months, just like how any medication like affects your body. It is. But yeah, it is so. I lost my train of thought.
The other day, it's like when I finally,
Oh yeah, things don't really start happening to your body until like a couple months later. Like the first thing that you do, almost immediately, like a day later, you start to experience like your skin. You legitimately feel the transformation of your skin, like getting softer, and it's so crazy.
When I finally made the appointment, the next 24 hours it was straight up panic attack. It was crazy.
I was having such bad panic attacks. It was so bad. I haven't had like this intensive panic attacks and like this anxiety. Switch sides makes you dumber. No, I just smoked a lot more weed. Which also smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, etc. That slows down the process of HRT, but it's not like an insane slowdown, I don't think. In my experience, it hasn't really slowed down that much, but it definitely has compared to other people that started around the same time as me, right? They have a crazier glow up, I should say, because no other drugs is affecting their body besides the drugs that they're putting into their body, like estrogen and spironolactone and progesterone.
I really got to express myself, right? Now I can finally express myself, which is amazing, actually.
It is.
So cool.
It is so great.
Finally.
It's like before then I was so trapped in, and now I can just say whatever the frick I want, do whatever the frick I want, kind of. I feel more comfortable doing what I want after a year.
Be myself, right? I can finally come out to people and say like, I am girl now. It's like
people still it's like I was getting like mistaken as a girl. It's like from afar all the time. I want to say all the time, semi-regularly. Right before I even like came out or had even the thoughts of like coming out or whatever, right? Like in middle school, I remember when I was walking home, a neighbor's dog, like a standby dog, was like barking at me, and that the owner just said, "Shut the fuck up" and let her be. And like they called me a girl and all that. I think that was like the first time someone actually mistaked me as a girl, and I was like, wow. And that was like in 7th grade, something like that. So I was like 14, 13. No, that would be like 12 or 13.
I can finally like go by like she, her, or at least tell people. And I would just like greatly respect like everyone who like sees this, to respect my pronouns and name and all that. Camilla, if you didn't know, right below there, Camilla Live, right?
I was gonna put this on Camilla Live. This is going on the Inspelled channel. So, also, subscribe to Camilla Live. It's the first link in the About section, right under my name. So, I forgot what I was gonna say.
This is probably going on the Camilla Live channel. I think so. Even though this ain't live, unfortunately. Because this is recorded a year ago.
A year ago.
On September 2nd. 2024. Yeah.
Well, it's the 3rd now, but like it's close enough.
It is crazy.
The first time I actually took the pills was today. I just came out this day.
Dude, I am starting HRT 3 months earlier than what I wanted to.
I really wanted to start HRT at the start of 2025, and then a breakup happened, and I was like, okay, I need to actually start getting better myself. And then like I always wanted to get on HRT, and I was thinking about it for so long. I'm like, this is just the time. This is just the time. I took HRT. Literally, like a few days later, I got the pills, and now I'm making these videos. It's crazy.
I wanted to start it after the movie is done. But
That the movie was Eon. I talked about it in my other video.
But I decided against it after like right before I did like my appointment of going what is it called? I don't know. It's not provider or something like that. I don't remember. But
What am I talking about?
I'm doing this through Planned Parenthood.
Oh yeah,
No,
Planned Parenthood is where I went. To. I was gonna do Plume, but like it's all online stuff, and I just like couldn't trust it. I felt something off about Plume, but Planned Parenthood was very easy. You just sign up an appointment, gender affirming appointment, and be like, I want hormone blockers or whatever. I want to be on HRT, and you go through like this interview. It doesn't really take that long. You just like say your story, and they take information from that story to diagnose you with gender dysphoria, and then ask how long have you been thinking about going on HRT, and they say that like in your diagnosis. And mine was 7+ years because I knew about HRT a very long time ago, and I've been wanting to do it for a very long time.
insurance. So this is expensive.
Yeah, and then like a couple days later, they're gonna be like, "Okay, we wrote you a script. Check your CVS app or wherever you go, and it'll say when it's ready."
As fuck. So, if we take a little bit of here, my estrogen, estradiol, however you say it, right? It's $70, 70 buckaroos.
70 buckaroos for estradiol.
That's a lot. But you wanna know something crazier?
Oh, the spironolactone. Oh my gosh. Listen to this.
Spirolactone, my anti-boy pill. 140 buckaroos.
140 buckaroos. My last time, it was $70 turned to a girl. No, it was like 250 or something like that. Kind of a steal. It is a lot more. Now when you're broke, this is definitely my biggest expense besides like the once in a while, like I blow a whole bunch of my money.
Which is crazy. So the total.
But estrogen and estradiol is cheaper now. At this time, it's slightly cheaper. It's not $100. It's not $100+ for spironolactone. By the way, I did not go through insurance. This is all just coming out of my pocket. I did not go through insurance, so this is giga expensive. Through insurance, this could be like $50 combined maximum, maybe.
We'll be on screen. We'll be on screen of how much I'm paying every 3 months, which is crazy.
Every 3 months.
It's a lot of money, but
it is.
It is what I have to do. It is what I have to do to.
It is a lot of money.
What was that? Next thing, voice training. I will be doing more voice training. I will be doing more voice training, and I will be forcing more of a girl voice all the time.
That was my girl voice back then. Look at this. This is the beginning of my girl voice.
I will be doing more voice training, and I will be forcing more of a girl voice all the time, even though it's not very good right now.
That was my girl voice back then a year ago. It's still not passing or like insanely good now, but it's better.
If I actually try with my girl voice, then if you don't see me, it's passable. Sometimes it is.
It is not. I don't know why people said that.
It is. Sometimes I trick people.
The one person who I showed my girl voice to, they're like, "Oh, that's really good." They say that is trash. It's bad. It's bad.
But not very often. Not very often. I really want to.
Like I know people that's not even on HRT that's obviously been trained for longer than me and probably been consistently. They're just trying to support you. I rather them saying you sound fucking retarded than go ahead, keep doing what you're doing, because like then I would know what's wrong with it, you know?
Get better at a girl voice. By a year from now, is going to sound more like a girl. I hope. Talking to you in the future. You better sound better. Okay?
Does it, does it sound better, chat? Does it sound better?
And like, so many other things are going on in my personal life on projects that I'm doing. This is why I haven't been uploading a lot.
Yeah, I explained all of, like, or a lot of the stress from Eon back then. Eon was a really big project that I was doing with a whole bunch of creators, pretty big creators, pretty relevant creators in the Final Fantasy community. I was gonna make a short film, around like a 30-minute short film in Final Fantasy with a whole bunch of Final Fantasy creators. I wrote it all. I sent people was like, okay, you want to join? Okay, you said yes. They said yes. They said yes. They didn't reply. Whatever. And they never came back to me when it was actually time to work. So I had to call off the entire thing, and that got me into such a big depression, and that's why I was gone for so long. And then I came back as a girl.
I haven't been uploading a lot, like at all. I haven't been streaming, barely. Right? It's because of the movie.
Not better, just more natural.
Right? That should be out by now. If it fucking releases, that'd be great. So yeah, the VTuber version has.
It's like even like a couple months after this, when I was like hyper fixating my voice, kind of like this, when I was putting it like into the broken state right here. I talked to that for like 3 days straight, and it killed my voice for like 4 months.
Already been
and it killed it. Like actually, like I could not speak. Probably more than 4 months, really. It started getting like slightly better after like the 5th month of it breaking. The process of voice training is that you break down your voice to create a new one. That's pretty much like the process of it.
At least
you break it down to make a new one.
Or should know. So yeah,
doesn't get a response.
And guess what? I just now realized this.
Save your questions. Save your questions.
This.
Save your questions for
later.
Face
reveal. This is a face reveal.
Face reveal? No way. It's a face reveal. No way.
I've had my face on.
I showed my
the internet for a while.
Yeah, I've had my face on the internet for a while. Back when Inspelled started, actually. One of the first times I ever showed my face on the internet was me doing a Huion tablet unboxing for Osu.
I should say.
I showed it to an Osu friend at the time, and he said that he just made fun that I was emo.
I had my face on before the.
He just made fun of me the entire time.
Have I had my face on?
I remember your face back then.
I think so. So
well, picture your face in high school or something.
10 years. Oh, by the way, I just now realized. By the time you're seeing this, it's gonna be my 10 years of YouTube. 10 years.
In 3 years, in 3 years, in 3 days, it'll be the 10 years of Inspelled. September 6th. It's crazy. 10 years of Inspelled. I don't exactly remember exactly when I first started YouTube 13 years ago. I know it was in 2012. That's all I know.
Of Inspelled.
It was probably more like 2013. 2013 is more appropriate.
Crazy, right? Crazy what happened in the past 10 years, right? I reminisce about
That's one day after Hamilton.
Every so often, right? Every 6 months or so, I'm like, oh my god, it's almost my 10 years as being Inspelled.
Earlier that year, I was looking at it, I'm like, it's almost 10 years of Inspelled. It's crazy.
Even though I've been doing social media and making videos for over 10 years, let's just say.
13, around 2013.
It's great. But this ain't about that. This ain't about this. So I'm gonna have my own day.
It's I would probably say around 2013. It might have been 2012, around this time, 2012 maybe. Because I do remember, actually, I'm not gonna leak my very first videos.
Dedicated video of the 10 years of Inspelled.
All that I know is that it was Minecraft videos.
Even though it's not a lot,
that can change in 10 years, like your gender. Yeah.
Explaining my journey, right? Explaining the journey, all the friends that I've made along the way. All of them are gone now, unfortunately. But
true. I only have one actual friend.
I'm glad to even have him on my.
Or one person that more like two people that I actually see as friends, and everyone before then in the past 10 years, I don't really see him as friends, but I remember him.
Life. The Pog Champ.
Show them. I'm not gonna show them because they're not on the internet anymore. It is lost media, but it was Minecraft videos in 2012 or 13. Let's just say that, using fraps.
But back to the trans talk. Okay, back to the trans talk. I think I left off talking about voice training. This is why I'm doing my voice now. So voice training. Hopefully, I'm gonna sound more like a girl in a year. That is great.
Lost media Inspelled is crazy. It was before Inspelled. There is lost media of Inspelled, like the very first like Inspelled videos. Like all my Osu videos are gone. Obviously my unboxing is gone. Everything before 2020 is gone, unfortunately. I deleted it all.
I'm most likely going to be looking a lot different than now. Okay. But I at least
But I really wonder. Wait, we could check this later. But I wonder if there's screenshots from the time machine. But I doubt it.
want to have a video of me
Or Wayback
in my
Machine.
final boy form. I used to have a really big beard. I used to.
I used that big boy beard. Big boy beard.
So. I think around a year and a half or so. I shaved my beard more. No, at the start of this year, I shaved my beard like permanently, or like I constantly shave it. I should say. I can grow a really big beard. It's all right, I should say.
My beard was alright. Like, in its maximum form, my beard was pretty good. It wasn't, like, insanely. Were you a neck beard? I wouldn't say a neck beard, no. I would say, I can't really describe what my beard was, but I need to think of someone who had, like, a similar beard as me.
Like, I'm not gonna show any pictures or anything, from my past, but...
But was I a neck beard? My neck is kind of dense, yeah, I guess.
Because one, there's not many. Two, I'm just not comfortable going through it. But yeah, you can...
A goatee on your current face? The thing is about my current face, right? A little thing about it. Right here does not connect. My mustache and like the goatee part, like my mustache is like its own separate continent. And then like the other like Antarctic continent, like on my chin, jaw, where the beard is, it never connected. It never did. It just got super big that at a distance it looked like it was connected, but it was never connected.
Now call me a girl, I guess. Yeah.
So I can never have a goatee?
I'm going to cut now. So...
I am gonna cut now? But yeah, that was me a year ago. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's someone that I really wanted to show. And then that day afterwards, I started to change like this. I am personally happy with how I look generally. I do wish I was more passable. That'll happen eventually, you know? that'll happen eventually. Things doesn't change in just a year. It takes a little while. Should we get into the questions? Should we get into the Q&A segment? I think we should. These are my answers to some of the questions that I had before transitioning, and also some people have sent me questions, so I'm gonna answer them. First question, why? The first question that I got asked when I wanted to get on HRT was why? And why do I want to be trans? Why am I so prideful of who I am and what I identify as, besides the biology that I was born with? I grew up in a household. My parents raised me in a masculine and feminine way. I got shared a lot of boy stuff and I got shared a lot of girl stuff, especially since I had a sister and an older brother. So I kind of grew up taking interest in both of the things because they both had interests towards their interests and wanted to share them with their sibling. So I got interested in both of them. But since I was born a guy, I was born a boy, I just wasn't allowed to like girl things. I wasn't allowed to express how much I actually liked My Little Pony, how much I actually liked Barbie when I was a kid. I don't really like Barbie or like a Monster High or whatever like I do now, but like I really like My Little Pony still. My Little Pony is still like great. I have figures behind me that are My Little Pony. Yes, I still need to get more. Like, I like My Little Pony. I like other, like, female things, like makeup, nails, hair care, etc. I think, like, my girl, like, thing now is, like, nails. I think that's, like, my girl thing. Like, growing up, obviously, it's, like, I grew up in a technology household. We were, I would say probably, like, at the start, I would probably say, like, we were lower middle class. We're lucky to have the house that we are in. We got at the right time and in the right area. Simple as that. My parents used to live on 8 Mile or near 8 Mile, let's just say. Not on it, but close to it. It was like right down the road. And we're very lucky to have a house like this. So my parents were very accepting as like any parent should be, but also your household is your household. Besides like any like raising advice or opinions, how I see other parents raise their children. But I'm not a parent, so I don't know. I don't really have a say. I grew up with masculine and feminine things, and I liked both of them, but I was only allowed to express the masculine things that I liked, like Call of Duty, Halo, Legos, video games in general. And I wasn't allowed to like Hello Kitty and Barbie and Monster High and dolls and all that. I wasn't allowed to do that. If I had to do that in private. And earlier on in my life, I would say elementary school, I was getting a little bit more and more like attracted towards other people, right? I was attracted to like other kids in my class, whatever, right? Guys, girls. I had like this kind of a big crush on this one guy when I was like in elementary school. Good thing I didn't pursue him at all. Good thing he sold weed brownies in middle school. And he got caught and expelled immediately. He was not a very good person in general, but that was a kind of a funny thing. From what I grew up, it's like, oh, girls are supposed to like guys. Girls are supposed to like guys, but I kind of like guys too. I would just be like, okay, keep doing the guy thing, right? Keep doing the guy thing, keep playing the Call of Duty, keep playing the Halo, even though that's like what I genuinely liked and what I surrounded myself with. Competitive Halo, not super competitive, more like just competitive SWAT and 1v1s in Halo. I like one-tap things, that's kind of why I like snipers now. I'm getting off topic. Like I said for the fourth time, I really liked both sides, and I wasn't allowed to express the feminine side until around middle school. I would say around like middle school, like 6th grade is when I started experimenting a little bit more with my sexuality and presentation of myself. I used to have this book bag. It's not a book bag, a pencil bag, like a little like pencil pouch thing that like the top, what's it called? Ripped off. And I like as a bit, I started using it as like a purse. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so gay. Oh my God, I'm a girl, blah, blah, blah. Then I started to develop this Tiffany character. And Tiffany, as a joke, is the biggest lie. And I started to develop this Tiffany alter ego. I started to look up trans voice lessons. Like, I'm pretty sure it was trans voice lessons. I'm pretty sure they've been doing it for as long as, like, I remember. But I started to learn how to do a girl voice so I could be my alter ego and be funny, because Tiffany, that alter ego, was just a ratchet valley girl bitch that did not give a single fuck about what you were saying or what you were doing. I was just ratchet, did whatever the frick I want. That was the character. That was the character that I liked playing as like the alter ego. And that alter ego was from 6th grade until I graduated, and now I'm transitioned. It's really funny how that character developed into it. It would just turn into Sarah. It's like Sarah was different. Sarah was my original OC character. From the VTuber that you all see now, the original version was called Sarah, and she looked completely different, but it was still a cat girl. I could probably look up a picture, I could probably look for a picture of her, but I don't want to look through my closet right now. It was a black-haired cat girl that weird. Like, can we see her? Maybe. One day you'll see the original design of my VTuber model. But it was just a black cat girl with a blue hoodie and yoga pants on. Same shit that I kind of do now, just casual clothing. But instead of white hair, I had black hair. Instead of like bangs, I had like a swoop bang. That's only like the real difference. The makeup of the eyes were kind of different. But like the eye color were pretty much like always the same. It was always a cat girl with blue eyes. That's pretty much the OC that I put myself into ever since middle school, I would say. So when I was like 11 years old, I would say, I've been practicing my girl voice, I would say. And it's not very good now because I've been doing it on and off. So more going into getting exposed to like transitioning and trans people and being a transgender person and individual, watching like SK, for example, SK Overwatch. I discovered her in 2017. Same thing with like Kefri and a whole bunch of other people. I just felt very connected towards that content, towards that character. Eventually, I found more people that are similar to her, and other transgender people going to be transgender. People turn non-binary, some people turn girl, some people turn boy, etc. I was just around those people, and it's like, I should just do it. It's like, I always wanted to be a girl, right? I always wanted to be a girl. I'm obsessed with women. I love it. And then eventually I became a girl, and now I'm here. So yeah, it's been a very, very long journey, and that's kind of like a Cliff Notes version of it with a little bit of rambling. Yeah, the difference between here and there is that I just can't talk that much. I've destroyed my voice over the years because of the girl voice and drugs. But every person's voice is different. You're the definition of when you pull bitches so you become the bitch. Yeah, I did have girlfriends. Okay. The girl that I really, really liked in middle school, like how everyone was obsessed with, but I was probably like the most like out there, that they knew that I liked them. I asked them out multiple times, pretty much begging them to be my girlfriend. It's funny because they ended up being a trans guy. Shout out to you. And I also apologized from years ago where I threatened you, okay? I apologized from years ago. I threatened you, and that ended our relationship, like our friendship that we barely had, but that cut off all, so you even have more love life than me. What the frick? Yeah. I'm obsessed with women, so I go for women, and I fall in love with women easily. But if you ever see this, Parker, I apologize from years ago. I hope you see this and take the apology. Don't take the apology. I am seriously sorry for threatening you. Back then, I was not in the right sound mind, and people knew that at the time, and I just had to say something to get everyone's attention. That was my pure intention of saying what I did back then. My sincere apology. I am sorry, and I don't think you can accept the apology, or even if you don't want to talk to me in the first place. I work with one of your previous friends, okay? So shut the frick up. No. But Parker. W. Parker. Maybe. Unless they went down the deep end. I haven't talked to them in years, but I hope you're doing good. Second question. Does it feel weird? This was the first question that I got when one of my coworkers was asking about like HRT, because like I told them like, yeah, I'm on HRT. That's like, it's been like a year. They're like, okay. Their first question was like, does it feel weird? Like the medicine or like being you or whatever. It's like, technically at the start, yes, taking HRT, it's a completely new hormone going into your body, and you legitimately do feel it. I can't describe the feeling besides your body feels like it's changing. It's kind of like what you imagine shape-shifting is. It's kind of what you would imagine that would feel like at first. It's just weird. I don't know. It's just a weird feeling. Later on, your brain starts feeling weird. Like everyone's like speed of process is different. Genetics, you know? Like my brain started like changing. I'll probably say like 4 months, 4 to 6 months. My brain really started to have like a noticeable change. It's like a physical feeling or all mental. It's a physical feeling. It's a physical feeling of like your body, you feel your skin getting softer. You feel like it's like the process of not being sick. Like, you feel it, but you can't describe it, you know? But you know you're not sick anymore, but you know what it felt like to be sick. That's what it kind of feels like. By transitioning, it does affect your mental and it does affect your physical. But yeah, like, at the start, it felt weird at the start. I felt weird at the start, but then I eventually got used to it, and now it's every single time I take the estrogen, it feels like I gain superpowers, you know? Because you do feel the estrogen flowing through your veins in your body if you like pay attention to it. The next question: what's the secret to grow booba? And I would say I don't really know the what's it called, the angle, but I would say I have boobs, booba. I don't know. It's different in a hoodie. Okay, if I was wearing a regular shirt, it'll be a lot more noticeable. But my secret to grow booba fast, because this is a thing that a lot of trans girls like worry about. But my secret to growing the booba is get fat, so you grow man boobs, because I was fat before, and then get on HRT. HRT decreases your metabolism and or increases your metabolism, whatever it is. Fat redistribution. When you eat, the fat goes somewhere else when you're on HRT. and you lose fat where you don't need it. So like around like a lot of like the stomach and all that. I just lose a lot of weight, but since I was fat before, the fat in my titties stayed. So when I lost a lot of weight, it looks like I had big boobs. That's pretty much the secret, you know? Get fat and then take HRT, get skinny. Your boobs won't really change that much, besides it'll get more developed. That's the only real difference. That's my secret. My secret's out. Or just kind of progesterone. Progesterone is the booba medicine, to my understanding. I'm not on it yet, but I might be on it soon. I don't know. If I low-key use HRT, will my abs show more? Yeah, not immediately, no. Because abs are also like abs and fat, like muscles and fat. So you will get like girl abs. Instead of saying like the waffle machine, you're gonna get like the two sides, like the really big, like two sides abs. That's what I started getting. That's from my experience and what my research has been outside of my own body. The next question. I know there are different ways to take HRT, like patches, pills, and other things. What's the difference between them? And are any of them more expensive than the other? Or what should you use? At the end of the day, it is your personal preference to use whatever you want as HRT. There is patches. Patches that you can buy from the prescriber. You attach it to like your leg or your thigh or your ass, wherever they tell you or wherever you put it. I don't do patches, but it's pretty much just a patch that goes into your bloodstream and it gives you what you need. As it gives you the hormones through that. And those are like pretty expensive, or at least in the US. These are just Googled price ranges. The patches are around like $40 on the low end to $250 a month on the high end. It depends where you are and where you get them. Some states allow it, some states do. Some states charge more, some states charge less. Some counties where you go charge different rates. It is completely dependent on where you are in the world at the end of the day. There's also injections, which is exactly what you think it is. It is a needle that you inject yourself. A lot of people do this. It is around $25 a month to $178 a month or $180. Obviously, like I said, depends where you are, depends where you go. You inject the estrogen, you inject the girl juices into your body. And there is gel, which is like a lotion type cream that you just like put into your skin. And the estrogen, whatever is in the gel, goes into your skin, into your bloodstream, it infuses into your body, and the development goes through there. From what I've seen, gel is one of like the slower like activators, I should say. Like you're gonna see results later than sooner, but they have all the same effect in general. And gel is around $25 to $400 a tube. So wherever you are in the world and however you get it, it is going to vary by a lot. I don't really know exactly the exact prices of any of these besides the ones that I've personally bought, which are pills. They will give you an estradiol with 2 milligrams, or at least this is what I have, is 2 milligrams estradiol. And I also have spironolactone, and it's 50 per. They just say take these however they prescribe you in a day. Right now I take 3 in a day. That might be changing soon, I don't know. I just need to go to my checkup to see if I need to do anything different. After that, you just take the pills and then you just go on your day. I'm so used to taking pills because I used to be addicted to them, so I have no problem taking pills. I used to go crazy with them, and that can run you $30 to $100 a month, and you get them every 3 months. So I would say mine was around like 80, I would say like $70 to $80 a month for mine specifically. That's how I got him. That's how I did it. Those are like the differences between them. The main difference between them is how you want to do HRT. I wanted to do the pill way, so I went through the pill way. If you want to go through patches, you can go through patches. If you want to go through gel, if you want to be part of the cream team, you go through the cream team route. When I go injection, you can go down the road and get some meth or some shit. Like, it's just personal preference at the end of the day. Next question. Will you get the surgery? What I'm talking about is bottom surgery and top surgery. It's like the two big surgeries that trans people get. They either get like a boob job or genital replacement. What's it called? Short answer, yes. At some point, I will be getting bottom surgery. That is a plan that I do want to do. One day. My dick don't work. Top surgery, I probably won't. I probably won't get top surgery. It just depends. I don't know how I'm gonna feel in years. Top surgery, I'm fine with it. Poor little guy. I want to say a cool thing, an interesting thing. When I was in middle school, when I was in my like shock factor phase, when I was like getting desensitized to everything, I was very interested in that process. Like I seen the entire surgery before when I was like 13, 14, because they usually just have it up on YouTube. I just watch it over and over again. Next question. Does your sexual orientation change when on HRT? Yes. Kind of. Not as extreme as you think. If you were straight on HRT, like if you were pure straight, like for example, I was a guy. I was a bi, but I was more women leaning. When I started HRT, you're going to start looking at guys a little differently now. You're gonna be looking at guys a little bit differently. Before on HRT, you saw a guy, homie, yo, what up? You get the nod, you big chillin', you dap him up, whatever. Maybe next time you're gonna be like, yo, next time you dap up your homie, yo, your arm muscle is so freaking cool. That shoulder is so good. It's so defined. Oh, let me see your back. Oh my god, your back muscles are so great. Oh my god. And look at that jawline. Oh my gosh. Like, you're gonna start looking at guys in a slightly different way. Eventually, you're gonna see other guys as attractive, more like. I would say you're gonna be more attracted towards guys, but it's not as extreme as you think, as in, I still like women. I still freaking love women, but I also really like guys now. Vice versa if you're female. If you're born female and you don't really look at other girls in a sexual way or in an attractive way, eventually you're going to be looking at those features that make women attractive when you are transitioning into a guy. Just like when you're going through puberty, you're going to start looking at women differently or guys differently, right? You're going to be more attracted towards them. It's the same thing on HRT. You're just going through a different puberty. In short answer, yes, but no. Next question. Is non-binary transgender? Like, yes, you transitioned into a non-gender or a gender non-conforming. Do you think you would be trans if you were born a girl? I don't know. Like, if I was raised the same way, I probably wouldn't. I probably would still very, very, very much like women. I would still be part of the LGBT community, or the 2S LGBTQIA plus community with the Wi-Fi password involved. If I was born a woman, I would probably still really like women if I was just raised the same thing. But if I was raised completely different because I was a girl, to balance out that hypothetical, I would probably just say, yeah, I would probably just transition into a guy. But I don't know. So that's my answer. If I was raised the exact same way, the same key moments of my life, but I was just born a female, I would just be super gay, that's all. This last question. Is being trans a mental illness? Yes and no. Because to be trans, you just have to identify as it. You don't have to be on HRT to be trans. You don't have to like fully come out and be like, hey guys, I am this gender now. You don't need to do it anymore. You don't need to do it at all, ever. But identifying yourself as trans or the opposite gender or a different gender, whatever, you don't have to be diagnosed or experience gender dysphoria. Gender dysphoria is synonymous with being trans, but also not all trans people are mentally ill. There's a lot of mentally sound mind trans people out in the world that are just living their lives, that are not on the internet. Some of them are just existing, you know? There's trans people who are not depressed, not anxiety, who has always been comfortable with their body but never had gender dysphoria or body dysphoria or whatever that may be. There are people who still identify as a cis man or a cis woman and still look like the opposite gender, and they don't consider themselves as trans. That's just how they look. So like, technically speaking, yes, it is a mental illness. Putting yourself in these situations, in this community, in this mindset, it will change your brain, right? You will see people who, for what they really are, good and bad. You will accept people for what they are, who they are, what they want to be, who they used to be, etc. Not gonna lie, at this point, I should just become a fanboy to get that shitty shitty trans free trial, you know? Like you identify however you want to be, and in this community of the LGBTQ community, we accept the people who want to be part of the community and actually like identify with us, you know? Everyone is different and not every trans person is the same. Let me remind you this. Not every trans person is the same. Not every single one is mentally ill. Not everyone has experienced the same thing as the internet is just one small spectacle on the trans community, but it's a very vocal one. Just like the entirety of the LGBTQ community. The people who are not saying things on the internet is usually the ones that are just in sound mind. That is just gay to be gay and not trying to force other people to be gay or trying to force other people to be trans or trying to force other people to what they want them to be. Not every single person in that community is like that. Everyone is different, just like how everyone in your state is different. Everyone in your country is different. Everyone in the world is their own person. And I would love everyone to treat everyone with respect, but also I am in true belief if you do something that someone does not like, that's just how it is. Some people are not going to like you. Some people are going to super like you. Some people are going to be obsessed, parasocial, inspiring. You might be an idol or you might be an enemy of some people. And it's all okay to be whatever you want, to identify however you want. Your sexual orientation does not define you. How you see yourself is all that really matters. If you respect yourself and you respect other people, it's all that matters. We're chill. You have any on the nose, on the spot questions you want to ask? What was your biggest sign? Probably my biggest sign, besides practicing the girl voice, it was probably I only felt comfortable playing female characters in video games and seeing myself as a girl. That's what like I was very much into when I was a kid, or like growing up in general. I always like seeing myself as a girl or being immersed in a media. It's like if I can present myself as a girl, if I had the choice to become a girl, I would. If we look back on my old videos, which I have done recently, it's a big sign, let me tell you that. With my girl Minecraft skins and all that, that's probably like my biggest signs. Only synonymizing myself with being a girl. If I practice a girl voice for the funnies, does that make me permanently damage my guy voice? No. If you treat your voice healthily, unlike I did, it's just doing an impression of any other kind. It's just voice training. It's like voice training, impressions, etc. You can do a girl voice and then go immediately back down to your guy voice. It's fine. It's just voice training. It's just impressions at the end of the day. And I think it's really cool that voices can just do that. It takes a lot of work, but it does not permanently damage your normal guy voice. Unless you like keep up this voice for years on end, and this is just how you talk now. Like if you look at SK, for example. If you look at Icky, for example, their voices wasn't like that 10 years ago. But off of consistent practice, their voice naturally became feminized and normalized. What really helped me to easily, or like semi-easily like be dynamic with my voice, or at least I felt like I was practicing a girl voice for so long. Like as a bit. It can be very, very annoying trying to get it down, but you just practice. That's all you got in the chat? It's fine. In the comments below, I will be actually responding to comments below. If you have any other questions about trans topics, doubts, concerns, just questions about me, questions about yourself about being trans, if you want to go trans, if you just have questions within the LGBTQ community adjacent to trans topics, like simply if you just want to do a girl voice, if you just want to have softer skin, if you just have like skincare or whatever, you can say them down below and I will actually respond to comments. I don't usually, if anyone finds out who I am, I'm dead. Oh gosh. No, you're fine. You're fine. You don't need to be scared. If they find my content, that says more about them than you. Okay? You were here before. You were here before. Okay? If they find me now, that's on them. That's their algorithm. That's their algorithm, you know?